Let's give him a round of applause. So, boys and girls, come on, no, stay up here, boys and girls, stay up here. You're going to sit down here on the ground here. You can sit down here on the ground. I'm going to talk to you, so sit. Well, if you sit down here, then face me, I'm going to talk to you. It's not going to work, is it? All right, come on down here, boys and girls. And all the other boys and girls out there, if you want to join me as well, come on. Come on, boys and girls. There's lots of you out there. Look at all these children. This could take a half hour. There you go, well done. Yes. Come on, any boys and girls who want to come on down. Ah, so the whole choir are coming now. Look at that. There you go. Now we got some cheer. So, boys and girls, it starts out, there's a beginning line of our first reading. It says, there were the people in darkness, and they saw a great light. Wow. Very dramatic, isn't it? Isn't it? There were people in darkness, saw a great light. So what would happen if you were in dark? What would you want to do? Yeah? Yeah. You want to go into the light. First thing you want to do when you're in dark, what else would you do?
Probably get a flashlight.
You get a flashlight, turn on the lights, or just turn on a light. You can't beat darkness with darkness, can you? No. Darkness only is quenched by the light. And so, boys and girls, what we try to do is, so Jesus came among us. God sent his Son among us because we were in darkness, and he was the light. So let's stay a little bit of drama here. Let's turn off the lights, everybody. Oh, wow. Now, all of a sudden, see? And now we say that Jesus came among us as the light. Let's see if baby Jesus can come forward again. Watch this, look. Yep. So, look at that. Baby Jesus is coming back. Look. Oh, no. Ah, see, that's very cool. See, look at that. See, now baby Jesus is the light. Come on, follow me. Come on, follow me. Boys and girls, this is the way. I know this seems so, but like the light is the baby, and the baby is the light. And what the Lord is saying to us is that this light, who is the baby Jesus, is the light for the whole world. Now, the important part is that he came once, but he comes, that light is within every, oh, here we go, I gotta get rid of, oh, I can feel the worming. All right, have a seat. All right, you can turn the lights back on. That was just the same drama. I was trying to be dramatic like the readings. Ah, you want the darkness, do you? Oh. But boys and girls, so here's the thing, is the light that Jesus is for the world, is that the darkness comes in the world when we don't tend to each other. So here's the thing, is the light is in every single one of you, without exception. You have the light of Christ in you. And that light will never, ever, ever get extinguished. There's nothing that can ever happen that can distinguish that light. And nobody ever tell you that you don't have that light. You do. Now, it sometimes gets dimmed, boys and girls. It gets dimmed when we make mistakes and we sin. See, when we tell a little lie, it gets a little dimmed. When we're mean to our brothers and our sisters, it gets a little dimmed. When we're disobedient to our parents and we don't, and maybe we're even doing things that are wrong, it gets a little dim. But it never, ever, ever goes out. And all you have to do to get it to shine again is you simply say, I'm sorry. And God, that light shines bright again. Now, what are some of the ways in which you could shine the light on others? Oliver?
I think if a friend was feeling upset, then you could play with them or
Correct. Like a friend is feeling sad or upset, you can be kind to them and play with them. Yeah, what else? Is feeling left out. Right. You can play with somebody when they get felt left out. How about back there? Yeah. Yeah. We'll come to the questions later. Hang on a second. Yeah. Very good. So when somebody's been mean to somebody else, you stand up for them. That's even better, more active. Yes. Yes, go ahead. Yeah. No, go on, you.
I would teach them about God if they didn't know who God was, and I would show them the light. I would tell them about the light of the world.
So you want to tell them about the light of Jesus, but the best way to tell them is by doing something. What would you do?
I would like ask them what is wrong, if they would.
Right. So you ask them what they need. That's a good point. Do you have one? Yeah. Did you have one? Yeah. What about at home? Is there something at home you do? That's right. Don't forget mom and dad. They're the ones that brought you here. Oh, you want to do the dishwasher. Wherever that child is, get him to do the dishwasher. He's going to do your dishwasher tonight. So boys and girls, there's a million different ways that we can do little ones. Each one of you will see some today, some tomorrow. When you come back to school, there'll be some more. But every day, there is some way in which you can let your light shine. Now, there's a little song. Do you know the little song? This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine.
this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So boys and girls, you can do it with one finger. Let's do it together with one finger. Let's sing it together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Okay, boys and girls, now you know what your homework is for the rest of the month. Right? Not just today. It's not just today, but you got to let your light shine by being good to others, mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, and others who are hurting. That is the message that God gave to us, that he comes inside of us, and there is nothing that will ever let that light dim. Nothing. We will always have that light within us. So boys and girls, let the light of Jesus shine inside you today, okay? All right, go ahead. Let's go back to your seats. That's right. Whew. So, in a darkened world, and we might think that the world that Jesus came into was darker than it is today, or we might be tempted to think that today is darker than that world. But the world is darkened by sin. We know that. There are over 122 places in war currently. The big ones we know are in Palestine and in Israel, Ukraine, and in Russia. But there are skirmishes and wars all over the world. The world needs desperately the light of Christ to shine. But it's not going to, we're not going to be able to go out and shine all the way over all there. What we can start with is in our own families and in our own communities and in our own, everywhere we have some sort of influence. So what does that look like? Well, like the children just said, it's not terribly complicated. We need to just believe that the light is in you and the light is in me. And that I want to find a way to let your light shine. And I want to find a way to let my light shine. And that requires sometimes of us to be attentive to those around us. To be attentive in particular to the broken and the wounded around us. Especially inside our families. Now look, I know that we have all our families are gathering from all over the place and it's wonderful, but there's also some strain and some pain that happens in families. And the temptation is to let the darkness come in on us. But this is the message of Christ, is that the light came into the world to overcome the darkness, to overcome the pain, to overcome the strain. But we need to be part of that. We need to be the ones to become the light to others. So what does that mean for us? It means that we don't have to have the last word when we want to have the last word. We don't have to win an argument when we want to win an argument, especially over the Christmas dinner. We don't have to be right, even though we believe we are. It's a matter of letting others have a little bit of light and let their light shine. What will that require of us is to let them have a little bit of the story. Let them shine just a little bit. Ask them some questions. Let have their moment. We can have our moment later. My friends, in life, it's so precious. It's so precious. We don't know when our last day is. And we get caught up in many small things that we tend to forget that life is precious, so precious, that we don't know when will be our last. Look, here's the thing is, there were some people last Christmas that thought this was not their last, and it was. And they aren't here. And we missed them. We don't know if this Christmas is our last, and we won't make it. We don't know that. So therefore, let's make every Christmas a wonderful day. Let's make every day a wonderful day where our light, our collective light, can shine with each other. So there's a great saint who I love, St. John the Cross. And he has a great phrase, and I love it. He says, in the end of your life, you are not judged on how well you have lived. You are judged on how well you have loved. You're not judged on how well you have lived. You're judged on how well you have loved. My friends, when we love, we let our light shine. When we allow others to love, then we let their light shine. The whole message of Christmas is that God loves us so much that he became one of us. He wanted us to know that there was nothing that could extinguish the light that he gave to us. Nothing. Not our sins, not our pain, not our suffering. Nothing could extinguish it. Oh, it can dim. And we know when we are mean and we say things that are unpleasant and we do things that are unpleasant. And darnish, well, I know that adults are way worse at this than the children. We manage to do the darnest things. But that light is shining even in the most painful, the most wounded, the most sick, and the most sinful human beings. The light still shines. Which means the light shines in those Palestinian Hamas militants, and that's hard because they did such dastardly things. But the light also shines in every Jew, even when they are crushing the Gazans. The light shines in our enemies, and the light shines in our friends. The light shines everywhere, but will we let it shine brightly? Will we let our light shine brightly? My friends, this year, as much as any other year, this darkened world needs the light of Christ. We cannot solve all the world's problems, but what we can do is let our light shine. And we can let our family lights shine. And we can let our community light shine bright. But it starts with you and I believing that the light is in you and me. Yes, the reading was dramatic, deliberately dramatic, to get our attention, to ensure that we are called to be the light of Christ. The ultimate message of Christmas is that we will be judged not on how well we have lived, but on how well we have loved. So this Christmas, let us love well, and let us let our light shine for all to see.